everybody, welcome to another live stream. I'm a little bit behind today, so I need a minute to get myself situated. Let me do a couple of things. Let's make sure that my audio is coming through okay and that you can hear the voice acting, the brilliant voice acting. Let me see, where are we at? So today, folks, we're going to be doing some cleanup on some lip syncing. I have 3 shots left that I need to lip sync. Just look at this great artwork here. Look at that brilliant face. Yeah, 3 shots left to lip sync in the whole cartoon, which I'm really excited about because I hate lip syncing. It's like my least favorite job. So to be nearly done with that is very, very, very good. Unfortunately, they're very long shots. They're the ones I've been putting off. So it's like, 10, 15 seconds or whatever of constant lip syncing per shot. So I've put those guys off, and we're not going to be able to do an entire one of those in an hour because it's just an hour-long stream. But I'll be able to do about half of the lip syncing cleanup today on the stream. So let's get into that in just a moment. Going to open myself a little bevy. Okay. So let me take off my hoodie. Hello to people in the chat, such as Ashley and Mool and Antony and Andrew and Immortal Demon. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully this is a distraction for you guys. Anthony says that he's feeling down, so hope you guys have a good time with me. It's lip syncing, so it's like the worst job in the world. It's horrible. This is a distraction for me, if anything. I'm trying to stay sane by live streaming it. So if it makes you feel better, great. But this is really to try and help me out. Let me have a little bit of my lemon and yuzu flavored sparkling spring water. I don't know what yuzu is. I guess like I don't know. What is a yuzu? Can anyone tell me what yuzu is? Y-U-Z-U? I guess it's a fruit, but it's nice, I guess. Although I'm just tasting the lemon. So, yeah, like I said, we're doing lip sync cleanup. And I'm going to try not to play the audio over and over again because you'll get super sick of it, but it's something like this.
Right, so I've walked here from very far away, and now I'm really hungry, so...
Yeah, that's the point we're going to cut it, so after the so.
Really hungry, so...
Or just before the so. So the line is, right...
Right, so I've walked here from very far away.
Right, so I've walked here from very far away.
And now I'm really hungry.
And now I'm really hungry. And then that's the point we're going to cut. So that's only the cleanup we're going to do today. As you can see, I've already roughed out the mouth shapes. I started doing lots of individual mouth shapes, and then I got really lazy by the end of it here.
Very far away, and now I'm really hungry.
And they're really choppy there. We'll smooth it out when we do the cleanup. Like, I'm not going to keep it that choppy, but right now it's really choppy. Let me just move the mic in a little bit here so you can hear the pen scraping against the glass. Hello to the other people that have joined us, such as Sam Gay, Random Harry, Jacob Tucker, TFM, Not Happy Sad Girl, procrastinating on art by watching art. Says Not Happy Sad Girl. That's a very good idea. Electric Shed and Joel Mayer. Hey Joel, I need to get back to you. You sent me a message on Discord and I'm just being a complete wreck. But I've had a busy day. I've been out of the house all day. I only just got back. That's why I only was able to rough out. I was going to try and do the whole shot today on the stream, but I only roughed out the half of the shot because I got home half an hour ago, and I was like, oh god, I said I'd stream. Just quickly, one FYI, I'm not going to live stream tomorrow at 2 because I have to be voice acting all day, and I'm going to be recording a character that's very hard to deliver the lines of. He's a very gruff, very deep character. You can probably imagine who that might be, and I want trying to preserve my voice, so I'll be drinking lots of tea and eating lots of Ricola and throat soothers. So no live stream tomorrow, trying to preserve my voice. Hopefully some more later on in the week. So this isn't quite a daily thing, okay? At the moment, this is just a whenever I feel like it thing. But I'll try and keep them at the same time of 2 p.m. each day, UK time. All right. Well, I'm going to pick a color that I can easily draw over. Okay, there's a weird thing that Flash does now, which is like a glitch, okay? To change the color of a layer, okay, so sometimes what I do is I'll draw in black, because that's just like the default color I use, draw in black, and then you can hit this, whatever that button is there, kind of turns it into whatever the color the layer is. And if you just hit them all at once, you can see each layer has its own color, like blue or orange, and you can change the color of that layer. But to do that, you have to double click into the color, and it brings up this little box. But here's what I do. If I change the color of the layer, let's say I make it green, and I hit OK, it doesn't do it. You have to do it twice now. And now I make it green, and hit OK, and it'll do it. So it's really weird. That used to not happen, but on the newer version of Flash, or whatever version this is, 21 or 22, I forget, or it could actually just be 20. Yeah, you need to do it twice now, which is like, thanks guys. Why'd you do it? Also, I got another little glitch I found, right? How about this? So let's say you turn on onion skin and you want to drag the onion skin this way or this way up here. If this one is brought in far and this one's brought in far, hang on, I can't do it now. Oh, I can't recreate the glitch. This is the weird thing that happens where you can't drag the left bar. You can only drag the right bar until you reset it. I can't remember how I do it. Anyway, let's make the layer the right color. And when I say the right color, I mean, let's basically make it something I can draw over. So I'm just going to go with like a skin tone, but a little bit more brown. There you go. It did it that time because I closed one of the extra boxes. It just brings up 2 of those little prompt boxes, which is weird, right? Why does it do that? Hello, Keith Roswell. Keith Roswell says salutations. Immortal Demon says I'm writing with animation help. Writing an animation, with help of your stream as background noise. Oh, how can you write while listening to someone talk? I couldn't do that. Hey, Harry Ashfield. TFM says, would you have any animated content suggestion that's wowed you recently? No. No. But I will say I'm very excited for a comic I was looking at yesterday. Alex Ross, who is a hyper-real kind of comic book illustrator. He's not, he does illustrate some comics, but he usually does comic covers and pictures of the sort of superhero characters in sort of posters and stuff. He's doing a comic that's coming out in 2022, which is a Fantastic Four comic, and he's changing his art style for it. He's doing it in a very graphic, kind of pop way with flat colors but super detailed line art. Look it up. It's called Fantastic Four Full Circle by Alex Ross. It's coming out next year. I am hyped for that. I can't wait for that because I love his art, but I want to see him illustrate more stories and not as many kind of pin-ups. And then I really like the fact that he's trying out this new thing with the flatter colors. I think that's exciting. So, by the way, guys, we're really zoomed in here, okay? That's what the actual shot looks like.
So I've walked here from very far away, and now I'm really hungry, so...
And that's the point that we're going to clean up the lip sync today. So it's right up to the point that he goes, so... like that. So I don't know what kind of brush I need here. Something in maybe a 3. That's a bit too thin. 4 is about gonna do it. So just gonna start cleaning up these shapes, basically making sure that they look as great as the rest of this line art. Look at this mess. It's like lines intersecting. This is a cartoon that's been half finished for a long time, and now it's almost completely finished. So there's stuff in here that I animated years ago. There's stuff in here animated by people I worked with years ago. There's stuff I've animated today and stuff I've animated, or other people have animated, recently. So there's many hands on this project over a long period of time. And there are some inconsistencies in the drawing kind of style and the fidelity or the quality of the drawing. Not so much like the drawing ability, but there are some shots where you can just tell it's a bit scruffier looking. And the reason it's scruffier looking is because I used to draw on a tablet that was literally half the size of the one I'm working on now. So when you're drawing on a very small tablet, obviously you just can't zoom in as much and still get a good look at what you're doing. You just have to kind of deal with it the way it is. So yeah, some of these scruffier lines, like if you can see actually these drawings here, these were all done years ago. You can see the eyes aren't like, look at that pupil. I know it's on the screen for a 24th of a second, but still it's very scruffy. I'm pretty sure that's one of mine, so I can make fun of it like that. And then these drawings here later on, when the shadows flip over and change, these are new drawings. Now let me turn that mouth off. These are new drawings. So don't worry, the color of the shading is going to correct itself. Like, we're not gonna, because see, these have gray shadows, these have red shadows. It'll be consistent in the final cartoon. This is just like a because we changed slightly the method we're doing it in. But you can see, like, the new drawings are just a bit cleaner. You know, you're not going to get any pupils that are that off. A little bit off in some places, but yeah, just generally a bit cleaner still. Anyway, and the lines are generally a bit thicker too, because these old lines were drawn in Flash, so you get a lot more thick and thin in Flash than you do in Toon Boom, which is how we did the new lines. Okay, I don't think most people will notice, but if you're really, really looking closely, you can see some shots look a bit different. Okay. Let me see what you all are talking about in the chat. Hey, Electric Shed with a super chat. Thank you very much, Electric Shed. Electric Shed sends me 5 of their finest pounds and says, have a good stream, Harry. If you have one, what's your favorite XTC album? Oh boy, I like a lot. Probably. Oh boy. Drums and Wires, English Settlement are really good. But you know, they all grow on, like, even Mama grew on me over time. Nostalgic for the ones that sort of were around when I was a kid, kind of that I remember being written. So not Oranges and Lemons, that's too young for me, but None Such I remember a lot. By the way, talking about my dad's music here, my dad is a musician, was with a band called XTC, and so I'm quite knowledgeable on their output, and I'm a fan. I legitimately like my dad's music. He's excellent. So yeah, but I like them all. I even like a lot of Apple Venus and Wasp Star, so it's really hard to pick a favorite. They're all pretty damn good. He's a talented old dad, is my dad. Alright, so we're just gonna clean up these shapes. We're not gonna do anything too fancy. I thought this was good kind of stream fodder, because I can kind of turn my brain off, you know? Turn my brain off, answer a couple of super chats, and just be sociable and fun, and not be playing it back every 10 seconds and having you hear the audio over and over again and getting sick of it. Because that's the bad thing about when you're planning the lip syncing. It's like constantly just needing to watch it back and go, yeah, that's not right, that's not right. Sometimes I will probably listen to a clip 100 times, you know? I used to work without headphones, and I learned the hard way. I remember my neighbor banging on a wall because I was lip syncing without headphones, and he was just hearing the same stuff, you know, the same 4 seconds of audio just repeating ad nauseum. Okay, so what is he saying here?
Right, so what?
Right, so it's that fudgy English voice acting. I don't like this character. I don't like, he looks stupid. His nose is too big. He's too generic looking. And he kind of looks like me, which I don't like. It's not a fun character to draw, but we're done drawing him now. He's all animated. It's just that the lip syncing needs to be done. We take a break. See, Electric Shed says they like Drums and Wires too. Yeah, Drums and Wires was probably my favorite when I was younger, but I like some of the other stuff nowadays. Hey, TFM didn't know that little fact. Yeah, I don't mention it too much, but you know, check out XTC. They're great. Harry Ashfield says, what do you think you'll be moving on to next? Well, Harry, I'm going to be voice acting tomorrow for a thing I would like to come out by Christmas. Oh, it's going to be interesting. Put it this way, it's a big gruff guy that I have to voice. It's not Dr. Bees, so I should give you an idea of what I'm working on tomorrow. But this is actually, I'm trying to finish it up because it's a cartoon that's been mostly finished for about 2 years. So, but in 2022, I really want to finish Starbarians episode 4. No, that's a lie. I don't want to finish it. I have to finish it because it's ridiculous. I need to finish that story and move on. I want to do a Starbarians graphic novel in 2022. So yeah, 2022, Starbarians episode 4, Starbarians graphic novel. And really, I want to make more Dogtooth cartoons. And I've written lots of Dogtooth stories and lots of information. So in some way, I need to get that out, be it a cartoon, a comic, a graphic novel, a motion comic, an animatic. I uploaded 1 video this year so far, and I think it'll be at least another one before the year's out. But 1 cartoon per year is not good enough. Yes, Jacob Tucker, you are correct. Hey, Tamagotchi. Hi, Roy Bucket. Yes, James Cope. I am drawing on a Cintiq. You're correct. It's a 22 HD Cintiq. Also, you asked a question earlier. Is there a particular accent you find hard to lip sync? I don't think so, but maybe if it was really different to my accent, I might draw the wrong mouth shapes. But that's never really been... I never really think about the accent. I just think about the sound. You know, are they saying... Is it an Australian saying to today, or an English person saying today? Because like an Australian person would say more like to die. That old joke, have you come here to die? No, I came here yesterday. But I don't really think about, I just think about the sound. Is it an I or is it an A? And that's the only thing I really care about when I'm lip syncing. Hey, Donny Arts. Hey, Mool says, glad to hear you'll be doing more Dogtooth. Yeah, well, that's the thing I really, really want to do. That's kind of where my heart is at. My big, fat heart. But I also feel an obligation to finish the cartoons that I've started, and I don't just mean ones like this that were literally half finished and sitting on a shelf for years, but I mean the ones, you know, Starbarians ended with a to be continued. So I gotta continue it. I gotta put my money where my bum is and actually put it out. I can't just say, hey, to be continued, and then never finish that story. So I feel like a moral obligation to you guys, the paying audience, not that you're paying particularly, but especially people who are supporting me on Patreon. If you're supporting me and giving me money, I gotta be working, which is part of the reason I'm bringing back the live streams, because that's a way that I can show you I'm working at least an hour a day. If I live stream an hour a day, you can go, well, at the very least I know he's working an hour a day, and it's something to listen to if it you know, if that's useful to you, because gosh knows why you'd want to listen to somebody mumble while drawing lip sync, but
I've walked here.
But maybe you do, because I listen to some real rubbish when I'm working, background noise, you know. Maybe you're the same, or maybe you just need something to put on to feel better about your life, because you go, hey, at least I'm not lip syncing right now. Hey, Agsma! Thank you for joining us. Agsma says, yes, I'm finally here. Oh, yay, I'm finally here. Well, I think he means, like, he's glad he's here, but it sounds like he's, like, telling us. He's like, everyone, you can relax. I'm finally here. Yay. Yay for you. Turbotoxin says, thanks for turning me on to the secret event. Oh, I got excited there. Thank you for turning me on to the Secret Adventures of Tom Thumb. Very weird and in a good way. Yeah, Secret Adventures of Tom Thumb is a stop-motion animated movie from the 90s that I watched a lot as a kid. And it's very interesting because it's got a real dark, almost noirish feel to it, even though it's a fantasy film. It's very grim. It's not for kids, you know, it's like a very spooky stop-motion film. And the Tom Thumb character, you know, the tiny little 3-inch tall man, basically, boy, he's a puppet, he's a stop motion puppet, and the adult human characters, you know, 6 foot tall walking around, they are real people. It's a process called pixelation. It's got nothing to do with pixels. It's just stop motion animation with real people. So they're moving, you know, a frame at a time and then taking a picture. And it's a really interesting combination of live actors, well, not live, they're animated, but animated real people and animated stop motion characters interacting, which is, I wonder how they did that. They must have got animators to be the actors, because how else could you train an actor to understand how much they move per frame and where to put the, I don't know, to like where to put the emphasis. It's an interesting film. I've never seen anything like it. Check out The Secret Adventures of Tom Thumb. If that sounds like it should, if it sounds like it would appeal to you. It's really weird when they talk too, when the people talk, because they're animated. They're basically having to do what I'm doing now. They're lip syncing, but with their actual mouths. And they synced up, I guess, the audio later on or recorded it beforehand. And it's just weird how they go like, I can't do it with just a voice, but I just remember, why don't we call him Tom Thumb? They must have had that audio on the set and just played it at like a 1/12 of a second at a time. So weird.
So I've walked here from...
Walked. Okay, so I got to just put an in between here, like so. just keep it where it is and just slightly dip the mouth down. Like that. Like that. Should do the trick. So as with yesterday, guys, we're only live streaming today for an hour. So this is going to be a short and sweet little hour of lip syncing. And as a reminder, there's not going to be a live stream tomorrow, but I'll try and do one again on Thursday.
Oh, I've walked here from...
Alright. Here. From very far away, my name's Tom Thumb. Tomagotchi says, you got me into Sectors, which is a weird G.I. Joe show I never saw. Sectors is wild, man. I think that only had about 5 episodes. That was, well, did it only have 1 episode? It never went on TV, did it? I think it was only released on VHS. That's an 80s cartoon about insect people that fight in there's like good insect people and bad insect people. I barely remember it. I've watched it before, but I don't really remember too much about it. Hey, Aya, thank you for being here. Aya Avhamri is an animator that worked on this very cartoon, in fact. We can have a look at some, I'm lip syncing right now, and that's when it switches over and the shadows change color, which will not stay that way in the final cartoon. A lot of these frames are actually cleaned up or drawn and colored by Aya. So these are old frames, blah, blah, blah.
So before I can do any Pokemon-y...
That guy is all new frames, so they were worked on by Aya. And you can see my great detailed direction, like, hold! In fact, I don't think that's my handwriting. That's your handwriting, isn't it, Aya? I don't think I would write hold like that with an exclamation point. You've left your thumbprint on my project. You left a creative statement. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was somebody else. But I'm curious now if that was you, Aya. Hey, Delaxia. Delaxia says, new Spider-Man movie. Are you watching it? So I'm quite a big Spider-Man fan. I am. In fact, I do have tickets with a couple of friends to go and see it on Friday. Spy Day, as I'm trying to get people to call it. Spider-Man Day. Yeah, I am going to go see it when it comes out on Friday. Although I was excited about seeing it until a couple of days ago when they announced that now we have to wear masks in the cinema, which I don't want to do. So I'm probably just going to buy a giant 5-gallon bucket of drink and drink it very slowly. But yeah, I am very curious about the film. I don't think I'll love it because it's me saying I'm a Spider-Man fan. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I haven't seen any of the Tom Holland Spider-Man films. I've seen Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame and Captain America Civil War. So I've seen his Spider-Man. I've seen 3 films with him in. I didn't see Far From Home or Homecoming. This is the first pure Tom Holland film I've seen, and I'm basically seeing it because I want to see Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man if he's in it. If he's not in it, I'll feel very cheated. But I don't like his Spider-Man. And no diss to him as an actor. Like, he's a good actor and stuff. I don't like that Spider-Man. Because I read Spider-Man comics growing up, and he was basically a sweaty, nervous teenager that had teenage problems and had to mend his own suit and, you know, took care of his frail aunt and got her medication. And basically fought, like, bank robbers in weird costumes or guys that just would electrocute you. That was their power. But this new Spider-Man, he's going to space and he's got an amazing suit with arms that come out the back that, you know, all this tech, and he goes to other dimensions. That's not really Spider-Man to me. So I'm not excited about his Spider-Man, but I'm excited to sort of have I'm going out. It's like a social thing. I'm seeing it with friends. So I'm excited for that part of it. But no, I'm not like hyped for the Andrew what's his name? Tom Holland, the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I didn't really like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man films. To me, the Spider-Man films are getting worse and worse, basically. I'm enjoying each iteration a little bit less. So, but no, I don't want to be big negative Nelly there. I'm looking forward to the event. I'll say that much. Harry Ashfield says, you'll get your Tobey Maguire when you fix this damn door! You are a good man. I am good man. We should have sex. Agsma says Tom Holland is a 25-year-old guy in a body of a 12-year-old. Whoa, that's terrible. Someone should alert the police about that. Antoni Tolwinski says I pretty much share your opinion 100% regarding the new Spider-Man. Well, yeah, it's the correct opinion to have. I like my superheroes to be street level. I think I like it so that they're dealing with, you know, threats that are supernatural or super villainy, but not cosmic. The only cosmic superheroes I really like are the Fantastic Four, and even then, you know, most of the time they're not going to space. A lot of the time they're just hanging around in New York and fighting a guy that shoots paste at people.
Walked here from very far away.
Very far away from home. Dun 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 dun. What's the new one called? Yes. No, not far. Is it Far From Home? No. Homeward Bound. Homer Simpson. I remembered it. I had the title a minute ago. No Way Home. Never Come Home. Yeah, No Way Home. Homie the Clown.
Yeah, from very far away.
Yeah, I'm getting lazy now with the mouth shapes. You can see I don't have as many roughs for this part. Very... He's pinching his mouth back there. Very... What shape is that bottom lip, Harry? What have you drawn there? It's getting real messy. Okay, so we're about halfway through the stream. I think I can just about get this colored and inked by the next half an hour. And then lunchtime for me.
From very far...
Okay. Alright, so we're going to need some in-betweens. Yep. Oh, there we go. That's good. Donny Art says Tom is more of mini Tony Stark than a Spider-Man. Yeah, I pretty much agree. Hey, Baron Blackmore. I haven't said hello to you yet. And Jim... I'm Mr. Brightside. Sorry, I couldn't tell if that was a J or an I. Thank you for helping me out there with the title. Dark Knight 072 says, Harry, do you enjoy the Christmas season in general? Yes, I do. A little hard to enjoy it at the moment because, you know, they're trying to make it illegal to be a human being and go anywhere and do anything without the man on your back. But generally, I love Christmas. Antoni Tolwinski says, I really enjoyed Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, but Spidey being the next Iron Man is off-putting. For sure. Gallo says, can't wait for No Way Gnome. Yeah, you know it's coming. So I've been watching this old Sherlock Holmes TV show from the 80s. I watched an episode with Joyce the other night, and I told her today that we were going to watch Sherlock Gnomes. And I was trying to figure out, after I said that, is there a CGI animated movie called Sherlock Gnomes? Or am I thinking of Romeo and Juliet? And Sherlock Gnomes is a character in Romeo and Juliet. I don't know. Andrew Layton says, I love Spider-Man in general. I was born the same year when the first movie came out. Oh, so you're young, unless you're talking about the Nicholas Hammond 70s TV movies that I watched growing up because I'm 98. I remember going to see the 2002 Tobey Maguire movie. That was a huge impact on me. That made me want to draw comics, and then kind of from comics my drawing got a bit better, and then I sort of went into animations. I think that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man film, the first one, it's like definitely set me on a course. There's probably a handful of films that really changed my life, and that was one of them. So, you know, the power of film can have. All right. Yeah, I agree with you. Preston Rutherford says kind of a weird title gimmick when you think about it, the Home trilogy. Yeah, it's really weird, right? Like, are they going to do after Home? Will it be like another thing? Will it be like the Never trilogy or something? You know, be like the Never Say Never trilogy. That sounds like a James Bond title, but you know, like, will they pick another word and put that in each title? I guess it's confusing, right? Because you can't just have Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, because there's already films called that. And they might still want to do a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. And I realize I'm not getting any work done. I'm talking about Spider-Man. But so yeah, it's probably a better idea to not have a naming convention for each film so that you can kind of follow along and not say, well, hey, are you talking about Ghostbusters 2016 or Ghostbusters 1984? You know, because that sort of stuff is annoying. Are you talking about Rocky, as in the 1979 Rocky, or are you talking about Rocky Balboa, the 2006 film?
Yeah, from very far.
All right. Oh, that's... Oh, there's multi... Oh, I didn't realize that was on all on ones. Okay.
From very...
Okay, let's just move that one up.
Very... From very... Yeah, from very far... Very far...
Far away! Alright. Let's just hit save, because I wasn't doing that enough. Hey, Voku. Voku says, what's poppin', fella? Big pimples on my butt. Ha! No, relatively good pores. Relatively unclogged at the moment. Sherlock Gnomes was done as a spin-off after Romeo and Juliet. Thanks for answering that, Harry Ashfield. Yeah, I thought it was there was a Sherlock Gnomes thing related to Romeo and Juliet. Antonio Towinski says, I'm a huge fan of the Sam Raimi trilogy. I definitely got sucked in on the nostalgia. Yeah, that's probably why I'm kind of as excited as I am for seeing this new Spider-Man. Rusty Brusher says, Ayo, it's Harry. It's me. all right. Man, I'm really warm, guys. I'm going to turn my desktop fan on. Sorry about this. We insulated my room because the windows don't shut properly, and it was causing the house to get really cold. It's not that they don't close. They close, but there's like a big draft, a big gap coming through. And so Joyce insulated them really nicely. She got all this material, like this kind of tape and these plastic bags. It looks ridiculous. It looks like I live in a bomb shelter now, but it's insulated the room beautifully. And now there's no airflow. And it's really, if I wanted to open the windows, I can't because they're all closed and taped up. So I got these skanky windows I can't open. And if I get warm, I'm messed up. So yeah, right now it's way too warm. And I'm getting sweaty. So excuse me if you hear the fan. Hopefully if that interrupts the microphone too much and you hear it too much, let me know, okay? Voku says, Harry, what's your favorite bad movie? I wanted to watch... I like the Star Wars holiday special. I know it's not strictly a film, but I wanted to watch that recently. Bad movie. Like, real bad movie. I've watched the holiday special a few times. I think it's really cozy. Has a cozy vibe about it. Bad film that I really like. I mean, I like a lot of bad films. I'm like, I grew up watching Home Alone, yeah. But Problem Child 2. Problem Child 2 is not a great film, but I would watch that at the drop of a hat. You know, any of those kind of 90s comedies, like the Ernest films, anything made for kids in the 90s that wasn't any good, I was probably still a fan of. So I like those. But like a real bad movie, I'm thinking, what could that be? Spookies. Quite like Spookies, which is a terrible film about a bunch of people that go into a haunted house and it's filled with monsters. Like Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, you know, people don't regard that very well, and I quite like that. There's a lot. Most films I like are bad films, so there's too many to mention.
From very far away.
Okay.
From very far away. Very far.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make that an in between, like so. Very... Let's move that a little bit.
From very far away.
Very far away from having this thing finished, and I've only got 20 minutes, so I should get to work. But I have a super chat to read out from Lio Convoy. Thank you very much, Lio Convoy, aka Thomas. I really appreciate it, buddy. Lio Convoy says, "Hey Harry, thanks again for the quality content." Quality content? What are you talking about? I guess Lio Convoy means live streams, which I thank you very much if you mean that. But yeah, I haven't put out a cartoon since May. Since May, when the internet was in black and white. Yeah, it's been a while, but we're coming back. We're gonna get something out by the end of the year. So help me. I will bet my bottom molars on it. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, Lio Convoy. Lio Convoy, by the way, very hardcore, badass reviewer. Does lots of exposés and toy reviews, but also sort of deep dives into the toy world at large. The animation world has a lot of strong opinions, but a lot of good opinions too, for sure, no doubt. And I appreciate him being a supporter. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Check him out if you guys are interested in that. If you want to see him clean house on a few ne'er-do-wells in the toy and animation industry. Antony Tolwinski says, "I recently rewatched Fight Club. Didn't like it nearly as much as I did back in 2013. Yeah, I have not seen that film for years." Voku says, "What's really funny in Samurai Cop is that during the final fight you can see the Matt Hannon's hair changing." Yeah, Samurai Cop is a good bad movie. A great bad movie. And yes, indeed, they shot that end fight scene on two different occasions. Once with the actor with having long hair, and once with him wearing a terrible wig, and it's very evident. But I mean, they do that in big budget films too. Is it the Josh Trank Fantastic Four film, where they removed the lady, I forget her name, who played the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. She cut her hair, came back for reshoots, obviously wearing a wig for the reshoots, and you can kind of tell what footage is reshot and what isn't because of that reason, and other factors too.
Yeah, from very far away. From very far.
Okay, so
Very far. Very far.
Oh yeah, okay, so the mouth is just gonna... Generally, a bit of advice when it comes to lip sync. Try not to do too many middle shapes for your mouths. And that's not to say you don't need to do a lot of drawing, because you still do. But try not to... Like, if you've got a mouth open like that, and then a mouth closed like that, I know this is very simple, but try not to have too many where the mouth is just kind of in the middle. Try to have some where it's really favoring the open position and really favoring the closed position, and then you just sort of... It creates this feeling where it's not muddy, you know? You kind of snap from shape to shape, and it feels confident, and it looks good, but it doesn't have... Because you want to avoid too many middle of the road shapes, you know? So, like, for example, the mouth is totally closed there, and then it snaps to being very open, and then we're just going slightly 5% more open. There's not 3 or 4 middle positions of the mouth being kind of in several different progressive stages of being open. And that one, you know, we're gonna... This is all these three shapes goes from small to being open, all very similar shapes, and then we're gonna snap very quickly into this closed shape for the F, to push that F shape as he's biting his lip there, making the F sound. So yeah, just basically just do extremes is what I'm saying. Don't do tons of middle positions. All right. Okay.
From very far away. From very far.
Yeah, see, even that is too... I think it's muddy. From very...
Very far away.
Yeah, I think what we're going to have to do here is... I'll just copy and paste it for now, and maybe have to redraw it so that it boils, but yeah.
From very far away. Very far away.
I mean, it's super subtle, but I think that looks a bit better. The thing with live streams is I kind of do my first pass on a live stream, And then when I turn the live stream off, I go, I panic and I go and try and fix all the stuff that I don't think looks good. Because I know if I'm just redrawing the same shape 80 times on a live stream, you guys are gonna be very bored. And it's boring enough as is. It's a lip sync live stream. Hello, W Defender, excuse me, and Florence Dawson. W Defender says, I want to find someone else who has seen The Stupids. Never seen The Stupids. That's John Landis, right? The comedy. Never seen it. I'd probably enjoy it. Harry Ashfield says, I must be the only person in the world to enjoy Fant 4 Stick. You probably are. You probably are, Harry. I've never met another one of you. I'm not even sure if you enjoy it. Maybe half of you enjoys it. Like, maybe your left leg and your right arm enjoy it. But I'd question it. Could be a condition. Keith Roswell says, gotta pop those mouths like bubblegum. I agree. That's the way you do it, man. You keep with the extremes when it comes to lip sync.
Very far away. Very far.
And we are, by the way, the jaw obviously is not moving. When he does these big mouth shapes with, you know, his open mouth there and his closed mouth up here, the jaw is in the same position. I am going to go after the fact and move the jaw. Once the mouths are finalized, I'm going to animate the jaw a little bit. But I need to send this off to be dubbed by the French voice actors, because we're going to do a French language dub for my friend's French YouTube channel, and he needs the lip sync done. So I'm actually hoping to send it today once the lip sync done, because we only have, after this, 2 shots left to lip sync. And then the whole cartoon is animated and lip synced, and pretty much ready to go. Nearly. It's got some backgrounds and some effects and stuff to animate.
Very far away.
Yeah, so we're going to go really small here for the far away, because you kind of make a small mouth shape when you're making a W sound.
Very far away. Very far away. Very far away.
Another tip for lip syncing is that your top teeth never move, okay? Your top set of teeth are rock solid. So the bottom, you know, can move around tons, but just always keep the top set of teeth in the same place. If you have, you know, an anatomical, realistic character, if you're animating like Ren and Stimpy, don't worry about it, go nuts. But yeah, top teeth don't move, bottom teeth do move.
Very far away. And
I mean, you see, you know, like absolutely, I'm not obeying that rule. Like that top set of teeth probably wouldn't be visible in this shot; they would have cut off, but. You know, you kind of don't want to... You can bend the rules a little bit, like the teeth shouldn't really be visible there if they're starting here, but you want to just... Yeah, see the teeth are moving there a little bit, but you can kind of get away with a little bit of wiggle. You just don't want it to be super obvious. So that's my top tip of the day. Keep the top teeth static and the bottom teeth in motion.
From very far away, and very far away... Far away.
Well, we've only got 15 minutes left. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to finish this. We'll try. We were only going to go up until here, this point here, about frame 120, but we'll see. We certainly won't be able to color it too, which I know is going to be hugely disappointing. If you guys don't wonder how on earth a color fill's done. Yes, Kimi Omega, you're right. Benzai is the French YouTuber, good buddy of mine that's going to be putting this out in French. So, all right.
Very far away.
Okay, these are big snappy positions here. But we'll ease them, smooth them out a little bit with a few more drawings. Very far away. So it's not making an E sound.
Far away. Very far away. Very far away.
I'm gonna move that over.
Very far away. Very far away.
Don't know if I like the mouth being up that high.
Very far away.
Far away.
Very far away.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we're gonna really favor that small mouth. Like I say, we're basically never drawing a middle position. We're just getting straight in there and just adding a little tiny bit of motion.
Very far away. Very far away.
That just looks like the exact same mouth, just moved. We want a little bit like that kind of thing.
Very far away. Very far away. Very far away. Very far away.
And this one is going to be really strongly favoring that big open mouth. Like that. And yeah, it looks weird without the jaw moving, but like I say, it's more for the dubbing crew. It's more important they can see the shapes of the mouths. That's what they're hitting. You know, making sure that they are saying their lines sort of in time with when the mouth is open and closed. The jaw moving up and down is more of a superficial aesthetic thing that, you know, we could leave off and people would still be able to sort of dub it properly. But I'll send them like an updated. I'm going to basically send them an incomplete version of this cartoon without all the finished sound effects and visual like background elements. But it's all stuff that like they don't need to be able to match their voice performance to the mouth shapes, and you know, they can obviously tell what's going on. It's not like we're leaving out entire shots or anything. It's just a few backgrounds. Terranium! Hey, Terranium! Terranium says, Harry, you need to put these streams in the announcement channels on the Discord. Hey, I'm going to try and keep them at 2 p.m., okay? We're not doing one tomorrow because I have to voice act tomorrow. But I'll do another one on Thursday, and it's going to be 2 p.m. UK time. So if you subscribe and you can swing by roughly around that time, you should catch me. That's what we're going to try and do, at least for the next couple of days. But I agree, I should have announced it on the Discord. I just didn't because I'm terrible, and I was in a rush to try and get started because I only came home about half an hour before I started. All right.
Very far away. Far away. Far away.
Yeah, Kimi Omega. I've actually known Benzai for years. He has come and visited me in my home. He stayed in my town for a week. We've gone to conventions together. Been friends with that guy for a long time. Very good fella. And also, too, like, he was a real believer in Starbarians. From day one, I remember him telling me, like, I would like to do a French voice acting dub of Starbarians. You should give me the rights to do it in French. Not like give him the rights, like the permanent rights, but, you know, he's like, you should let me do it. I'll give you money. And for years, I was like, okay, sure, Ben, sure. Yeah, one day we'll get around to that. And then when we did do it, he paid really well. And I thought, whoa, I should have done this sooner. This is crazy. So he's been one of the main reasons. Like, it's, you know, I know it's not exactly kept going from strength to strength. There hasn't been an episode in 3 years, but he's part of the reason that, you know, it had any longevity, because he did help make it kind of viable for me to do. So Ben is great. Ben helped out a lot. I owe him a lot.
Very far away and very far away. Far away. Far away. Far away.
Okay, on that long sound of him going away like that, you're gonna want to put in just a few in-betweens there. Let's zoom in a little bit because he's getting a bit hard to draw. Just to really stretch that mouth out and elongate that sound so it doesn't feel like he's making a sound without any motion in his mouth. Away. All right.
Far away and far away. Far away.
I think I could start too late.
Very far away. And now
I might add just one more, just beginning to open up there, like that.
very far away.
All right, I think that's okay. Works.
Away and
Okay, so what's the next bit he says? And something about, and I'm really hungry?
and now I'm really hungry. So
Alright, I don't think we're going to get there in 8 minutes, but... and the mouth is opening up.
and now
And and... Oop.
Way, and now...
And then it's going to be closing. Yeah. Okay, so the mouth shapes here are a little soft. They're a little middle position-y, but it's because he's sort of dragging what he's saying. He's going from away, and like there's this like a delay in the way he's talking, so he isn't speaking in a confident, sort of snappy way.
Way, and now...
And now... It will look better when the jaw is in motion too.
Way, and now... And...
This mouth is still open here, but I really feel it should be closing by this point. It's weird to me that it feels a little delayed, so let's just have it close up pretty... Well, that's a middle position, but you know what I mean.
And now... And...
Let's zoom out. I'm getting a bit too, like, claustrophobic. I'm so close to his face and zooming in. And I'm in the complete darkness because I didn't turn the lights on. Let me turn the light on. There we go. And Tony Tolwinski says you collected all the Lego minifigs from the first series of The Simpsons. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, those are pretty wild, like how many they made of those different characters. Geranium says, Harry, you need to put these streams... Oh, sorry, that was an old comment. Appreciate that. Rusty Brusher says, Harry, got any Christmas plans? No. Really not super easy to go out and do anything at the moment. Like, well, I don't, it's... You can, but it's not quite as much fun as it used to be. So I'm going to be basically being with family. That's it. The old standby of hanging out with family, kind of doing my social stuff this week by going to see Spider-Man with a bunch of friends. So that's pretty much it for me. Eating and doing a little bit of drinking, but trying to get a cartoon out by Christmas Day. That's the goal. It would be really a lovely feeling to be able to upload something Christmas Eve. And then, just take a break for like 72 hours and not do any work or think about work for 3 days. That would be bliss. I would love that. So if you're the praying sort, please keep me in your prayers and help me make that happen by, just sort of willing it, manifesting it if you can for me. That's the Christmas plan. Try and get out a cartoon by Christmas Day.
And now I'm really... And now...
He's like eating his nose here. His mouth is so far up his face. But that's my fault for designing such a giant-nosed character. Again, based on me, my elephantine proportions. Thank you, W Defender, saying I'll raise my hands for the animation spirit bomb. That's what I need. I just need some supernatural energy beamed directly to me from like 5,000 Saiyan supporters. Okay, that'd help out. Anthony says, I recently collected all the Looney Tunes ones, only missing Wile E. Coyote. Well, he's Wily, so he's hard to come by. Be funny if they made Roadrunner the really rare one, and then you get to feel like Wile E. Coyote because you could never catch Roadrunner. Rusty Brusher says, might treat myself to a semi-decent microphone for Christmas. I'd love to start voice acting. Yeah, I just got a new microphone. I got the, you're not hearing it now, you're hearing a USB Blue Yeti microphone, but I got the Aston Spirit and a Focusrite interface so I can, use it because it's an XLR microphone. And it does sound good. It does sound very good. I'm looking forward to using it tomorrow. Although you might be able to hear my nose is stuffy because I'm talking so much and not, like, breathing as much as I should be through my nose. So I've got to basically do no live streaming tomorrow and trying to avoid conversations if I can. Try and preserve my voice for when I get to the voice acting booth tomorrow. I say booth, I really mean it's a pile of blankets that I bury my head in. But, you know, call it a booth.
And now I'm
Alright, folks. Well, we're going to wrap this up.
Now I'm real.
In just a moment.
Now I'm
just about finished these last few mouth shapes, although they won't be all in between. It's going to be a bit snappy.
Now I'm really hungry.
Really so we're sort of seeing the bottom row of teeth a little bit more because he's tipping his head down. I feel like these lines are a bit too thick. Did I pick too thick of a brush? It's kind of too late now, but I think I did. Oh well.
And now I'm really...
Let's go back to... I wish... that would be another thing. I'm sure Adobe Animate are watching right now, and I can give suggestions. Let us put in 0.45s or whatever on the brush thickness, because I can have 3, and if I type in 3.5 and hit return, I can't have it. You cannot have 0.5 of anything, or 0.1 or 0.3. You can have 3, you can have 4, you can have 5. You can't have 3.5 or 4.5. And sometimes you just need a point. Like, I need it to be halfway between 3 and 4, or 4 and 5. So yeah, I guess I'll have to stick with 4. Because 3 is a bit too thin, 4 is a bit too fat. And you can't have... Toon Boom lets you do that. Toon Boom lets you go in and have a... Ooh, I want a 6.7 brush, you know? You can get really specific, but not Adobe Animate, unfortunately. You know it's something they could do too, very easily. And just sitting on their laurels, sitting on their hardies. I know, Terranium, you're right. You think they'd have a thing like that after all these years? Exactly. Terranium says, Harry, did you see the anime remastering edit I put on the Discord? No, I did not. I'm going to have lunch. Jeez, it's gone 3. I got to wrap this up and go for lunch, but I will check it out after lunch, okay? I'll come by the Discord and I'll take a look, all right?
I'm really hungry.
Because I'm really hungry. That's why I got to go and have lunch. It's turkey. I asked Joyce. I said, I know it's turkey because I bought turkey, but what are we having with the turkey? And she goes, I don't know. So we're having turkey and I don't know for lunch, which is good. All right, so there we go, folks. Let's take a quick look at what we did. I know the mouth shapes at the end are not in between nicely, but that's going to be a little job for me to do when I come back after my turkey and whatever. You can just enjoy the animation degrade over the course of the shot here with the lip syncing getting more and more choppy. Alrighty, alright, so there we go. At least I managed to draw all the shapes we roughed out, so that's kind of good enough. Alright, so I'm gonna actually turn that layer off, and this is what we managed to clean up today on today's stream. So let's hit save and take a look.
Right, so I've walked...
Oh, tell you what, let's lock the layer, because it does this thing. If it's not locked, it does this thing where it like highlights and it kind of grayscales the artwork. So let's just lock the layers. And we'll dim the lights and make it all nice and cinematic. And you can hear my speakers come through my microphone, which will sound like garbage. And I'll turn off my fan at the very least. Here's what we managed to do today.
Right, so I've walked here from very far away, and now I'm really hungry. So before I can do anything...
And then the mouth just floats there forever. So it's not great. I actually... there's a difference between the lines have a lot of thick and thin. There's like very thin values and very thick values on the line art, and the mouth is almost entirely thick because of the way that it's a hard thing to describe. But I was using an older version of Flash which had slightly more sort of thick and thin in the lines, and the new version of Flash, when you zoom in to try and draw accurately, you get much more consistent lines. So I don't like that. You may have picked up on that. It's a bit of a shame, but I think that we can either I'll fix it, because the key thing is getting the French voice actors the lip sync to help their dubbing. I can fix that later on. But yeah, it's basically right. I'll just tweak a few shapes here and there.
Right, so I've walked here from very far away, and now I'm really hungry.
Alrighty, well there we have it. Thank you to everybody who came by today. Thank you Rusty Brusher, Kimmy Omega, Terranium, Anthony Tolwinski, Silas. Hey Silas, you just caught me as I was going. But thank you for coming by nonetheless. Keith Roswell, and Super Chatters, Lio Convoy, and also Shed. What was his name? I'm sorry, I can't remember. It had Shed in it. Electric Shed. Really appreciate you all being here, folks, and coming by and looking at some lip syncing. It's a boring old thing, but it's a necessary thing to do. You too, Donny Arts. Thank you for being here. Aya as well. We should catch up soon, you and I. All right, everyone. W Defender, you as well, and Axma. All right, guys, I will speak to you all soon. You will not see me tomorrow because I'll be voice acting, but you'll see me the day after then, and yeah, day after then, and even that will be too soon, I'm sure. Hey, Rebecca Doodles. Hey, Preston Rutherford. All right, everyone, you take care. Bye-bye.